Hello everyone! I'm glad to see you back on our channel, where we put the motor controller as the core idea of every engineering project. Today we are going to present you our new R&D team member. Now it should appear here or there, here. Magic! Please welcome our new BambuLab P1S in our studio. As you know, there are many videos on YouTube about BambuLab, so we decided to buy one for our R&D laboratory because of speed, quality, robustness, and whatever. So let's see what it really does. So let's unpack it. In our BambuLab, we have a multi-material setup which we need to take from inside. That will allow us to work with 4 materials. Those are 2 transportation screws that I need to remove before I will remove the entire multi-material setup. So this is what we have inside of this chamber. Those 4 screws are also we need to remove to disassemble that plastic device which was holding the multi-material setup. So you're doing this with the Allen key. This holder from inside. This is just a transportation holder, nothing more. The table, as you already know from other videos, you need to start up the printer to remove those foams here. So we leave it like that. Just need to remove those transportation keys with the same Allen key as well. Also, we need to remove that foam from the nozzle cleaner. So here is the nozzle cleaner, and here is like temporary carton. Time to install the screen. So now we assembled all the printer. Now we connect the power cord to power supply and try and launch it and test with the Benchy. Probably I don't know what they have as a sample printing. This we choose as a simple PLA basic, which was in the box with the printer. Also 2 others, but I will use just one because we bought many others from Bambu. Let's see. Okay, so I already finished the pre-assembly process and startup. I removed all the transportation like foams, the screws there inside, the printer was already tested itself with the auto test program and the firmware were updated. So let's see what we have. I will turn on the main power. Okay, we have like ready to print. Here we have the multi-material setup here on top of the printer. Here you see the ceiling. It's like with the special humidity control stuff here inside the bulbs, like, you know, that dehumidization process. I don't know how it's called in reality. 4 winders for the filaments here. The simple filament is a PLA basic one that we're going to test first, and I will just close the cover. It is sealed. So inside we have here LED, the camera, the working area, and let's print a Benchy. So to print the Benchy, we need to go here in the bottom folder, and here we have like the Benchy by Creative Tools. Okay, let's say. And now we just push the button and start printing of the Benchy. Let's go. So now the Benchy is about like 65, 60, 70% of the process. And now you can see that the part of the Benchy is already done. The printer is working. Let's see what we have. Here is our Benchy. And we'll see, just remove it. The quality is almost perfect. It's like so smooth here. So you can see the layer thickness is around like 0. I don't know, 0.2, 0.3. And the Benchy was printed in around like 20 minutes. Okay. Okay, so you already saw how we tested our printer, how we printed the Benchy here, like this tiny. It took around 25 minutes, almost, probably less. And now we are going to learn how to use it with the laptop, with our PC computers, with the SolidWorks, because we're using SolidWorks to design the 3D models. And believe me, you will see this like in action in every hour video, because we're going to use it like for all the enclosures, fixturings, dampers, for projects in e-bike, for the scooter, for the test bench. Stay tuned and subscribe to our channel. See you. Okay, so for those who reached this part of the video, I want to show some detailed images of the parts that we produced with this 3D printer. So those ones are some elements of the test bench for Solo Uno that we are doing for now. I will show you the reference, how it will look like. This is the pressure desk with some accurate holes for the test probes for the needles. And let me show you the quality of the surface here, so that you can imagine how it works. This, by the way, after almost 15 kilograms of filament printed by the printer. We need to do some maintenance, but we didn't do it yet. So once we changed our nozzle because it was stuck, we didn't know exactly how to use the printer. So this is, for example, the handle. You can see this is the accuracy of those, the part of the handle. So this is gonna be used like that. Also, I would love to say about the AMS that it could be used not only for printing some labels like that. For example, two colors, you can use the base color, the upper color, and print some labels to use in your equipment. But also sometimes to finish some filament that is gonna be finished in kind of 3-4 meters. So to not trash it, but use it, for example, like here. This element was printed for using with the aluminum profiles. So it's designed like that. But since we use it internally, we don't see the surfaces, and we used, here you can see like 1, 2, 3 types of filaments. So they all have the same requirements in the sense of temperature, and we just use them one to exchange another. Next, those ones are elements which we'll use with the bearings inside. So you can see they are printed with this gloss filament. This side is sticky. I need to wash it because we used a special glue to improve the adhesion of the filament to the working area. Some interesting devices that we can show is, for example, this shaft coupling. So we often use some different motors with different shafts with the low torque. So we designed that couple, which can be used with different shafts to connect them. The inner part of this coupling is printed with the flexible filament, you can see, and so that can be assembled like this. For example, and now we can connect like 8 millimeters with 16 or something like that, and try some motors with some other devices, for example with the torque sensor. The torque sensor, the stand also was designed and printed with the BambuLab 3D printer. This is another stand for that torque sensor, and you can see how smooth it is and how accurate it works. Some complex assemblies like this part of the planetary gear, which we already tried in the high torque. As you can see here, the some scratches. Supposed to be used like that. Handles, fixturings, brackets, pieces of panels. The labels also now are printed. Everything is produced by 3D printer, so you can see the accuracy of working here, and also you can see the size, 60 millimeters by 15 millimeters or something like that. So these are the bigger parts of this test bench. This is the special table where we put the controller, some holes for the test probes for the needle contacts here. Everything is very accurate. The base frame, let's say, and everything is connected like that. And the overall size you can see, so it's designed with the two parts. Those are the covers. Those are the inner parts for the DIN rail, some connectors here, the power plug, the power switch. Also those places are designed to glue the labels there, like that. And this inner part is printed with the two filaments. You can see the AMS used to save the filament and connect two different colors together. So the border, I can even feel it. It's very precise. Those parts are designed with a special notch here, so they are connected precisely. And this part is supposed to be mounted on top. So this is for the pressure. So this is how it looks like, the complex assembly of 3D printed parts with some aluminum beams, the linear bearings, air springs with the dampers. This is the test bench for our Mega controller. The similar, I'd say, I was showing you recently. It will look very similar, the only part will be different, the base part, the pressure table and the upper part, because the position of the needles of the test probes is different for different controllers. You can see here all the labels are printed and glued, all this stuff, the holes for the connectors are designed and printed here. This is assembled, also the handles. So the handles directly mounted on the aluminum beams. Also the motor setup, this part is also 3D printed, the basement, and this is all the setup for testing our controllers, the only model of Solo Mega. So you can see the bearings inside here, those are the hinge, the handles, this is what you saw right recently. The video about this test bench also will be published on our channel. Stay tuned to see this. So this is how the printer looks after 6 months of usage. We have computed that almost 15 kilos of filament were used by this printer, like for this time. I didn't clean it, so you can see some dust, some boxes with those bulbs, like some filaments are installed inside, and you can see what's inside the chamber. So some elements of the extrusion test, some pieces of filament printed here. So also inside you can see the chamber. I didn't clean nothing, so it's a day for maintenance today, and I'm gonna clean this. And the only thing we did is like we put some grease here regularly, like once a 2 week or 3 weeks on those screws. They're moving the table up and down, and we will go through the manual and Bambu Wiki to make a maintenance today. So what I'm gonna show you is some worn parts in AMS. So this is the AMS. I disconnected it from the printer, and here what I'm gonna show you is how these feeders are worn during this time of using. And the most damaged one is the fourth this hole should be circular, and you can see how it worn. This is the third one, also a bit oval shaped, this inner hole. This is the second and the first. They all should be exactly circular, so in reality they all should be changed, but I'm gonna change that one and this one. These ones, the rubber rollers, must be cleaned. The plastic one, those ones are okay, also just to be washed or cleaned. And yes, just the internal surfaces should be kind of cleaned out of dust. Those bulbs should be changed. Those soft packs should be changed. And that's it for AMS. So overall, after everything was mentioned here, we can say that 6 months of usage of this printer showed that it is very reliable thing. This machine can be used by the beginners. It doesn't need any maintenance or special adjustments except the maintenance required by BambuLab. But this can be done by Bambu Wiki. They propose manuals. Also the YouTube channel showed many videos about how to change the nozzle, how to clean the chamber. Highly recommended for any R&D laboratory and for people who even didn't use the 3D printer before. Stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, put your likes and comments if you love to ask some specific questions about the printer, and also follow us to watch more videos about engineering stuff. Ciao.